On part 2 of this GrowWire show, we learned about Samantha Ettis' early success as an entrepreneur and how representing experts from a variety of fields led to her first best-selling book. While working one-on-one with those experts, she noticed many of them struggled with work and life, and corporate America offered them little to no help in finding that balance. She saw the negative effects this had on them, and you're about to find out how she decided to face the challenge head-on. You're watching The GrowWire Show.
I have worked a lot with corporate America, and one of my greatest frustrations is just that it's still not friendly to working parents. It's really hard to be a working parent in corporate America and still make it to your kids' play and make it to parent-teacher conference and do all of those things. It's still not the most family-friendly environment in most companies. After working with thousands of women, what I realized is that there are 7 categories that the most fulfilled women are all involved with. And those are their health, and a relationship or quest to find one, their family, their friends, their community, their job, and their hobbies.
Got it.
And that doesn't mean that you need to spend equal time in each of those slices of life. It just means that they need to exist. And once they exist, you start making goals for each of them. Even if it's start a book club, or see my friends for margaritas once a month, or go on a date night every week, or exercising 3 days a week for a half hour. They're small, achievable goals. And once you even just start putting them down, writing the goals down, they start existing.
Yeah. These 7 categories go all the way back to Samantha's teenage years, skillfully managing tennis, school, and relationships. In fact, this inspired her next best-selling book, The Pie Life, a self-improvement playbook for people in business striving to find success in their personal lives and careers.
I interviewed everyone from Sally Krawcheck, the most senior woman on Wall Street, to Liz Lang, the maternity wear pioneer, to Shonda Rhimes, the TV mogul. And the one thing that all of those women had in common is that they were involved in all of these areas of their life, and they're involved in them guilt-free. Those women spend no time feeling guilty because there's just no time for guilt in their, pie. For them to do all those things, they're trying to be present wherever they are, and if you're feeling guilty, you're never present.
Got it. So when you're in the workspace, you're in the workspace. And when you're at home, you're at home. And when you're with your kids, you're with your kids.
Yes, when you are at work and you're feeling guilty that you should be home, you're not really giving yourself 100% to your colleagues, right? If you are at home with your kids and you feel guilty that you're missing that conference call, you're not present with your kids. However, I think that we need to be a little bit easier on ourselves. And one of my tricks is in the very beginning, the second you get the school calendar, you put every single date on your calendar. So that way, if you're with your colleagues and they're talking about when to do the company retreat, you can say, oh, that's a blackout date for me. But if you don't have those dates on the calendar, you can't protect them.
Right.
And I think, we're always learning, and I always try to be the best parent I can be, but I get it wrong multiple times a day and I get it right multiple times a day, and you just have to hope that the right times outweigh the wrong.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Bobby, you need to come to my class.
What do you think corporate America needs to do to better fit our society and to better fit these better parenting, balances and roles?
Well, number one is I am very active in politics, and I think that our parental leave policies need to be stronger. As soon as someone talks about maternity leave, they're antiquated. They need to talk about parental leave, because if a father, is 3 months behind in the parenting department, he's 500 hours behind in diapering and all of that, and he's never going to get comfortable.
Right.
So the first time the child is home sick, it's always going to fall onto the mother's shoulders. But if you want equality at work, you have to have equality at home.
Right.
And I think our parental leave policies need to reflect that. And then the other thing is, once we have those policies in place, we need to take them. So it's kind of like having a great vacation policy, but if the boss never takes a vacation, you're never going to feel comfortable taking a vacation.
Right.
So if you have parental leave, then you have to take it and show your employees that you're taking it and that this is a real thing, and we encourage our employees to take it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is making it a family-friendly environment. That means that you are not setting 5 o'clock meetings. You're not setting 7 a.m. meetings. You're setting meetings when, kids are in school, or when there's spring break. That's not when you're having your annual conference.
Right.
So a lot of it is just being aware of what people's lifestyles are like and being flexible. And, productivity goes up if you let your employees work from home 1 or 2 days a week. It doesn't go down.
Right.
So a lot of it is just working with a more flexible environment. I see companies all the time lose amazing female talent because they won't offer them 1 day a week at home.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It costs so much more to replace that employee than it does to keep that employee happy.
Our audience is so lucky because there are so many things in here that are so important, especially like for people who are entrepreneurs and especially for a female audience. Samantha Ettus clearly knows the importance of disconnecting. So I'm gonna find my own work-life balance, take my dog Tessa here for a walk, and take in these amazing views. What do you say, girl? Let's go. Come on.